Be sure to hit that like button and be sure to hit that subscribe button and scroll down and join our mailing list. Because believe it or not, every now and then YouTube has issues with some of our videos and you may not be able to see them. Also, there's a donate button. Be sure and hit that and donate to the show. LarryWithEpoch.com, LarryWithEpoch, EPOCH.com. Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome back to the show. Hope everybody had a great New Year's. And to start off, we have yet another giveaway announcement. Can you believe it? This time, I'll be giving away 5 of these Larry Elder Show mugs. And who doesn't want to have a Larry Elder Show mug? So make sure you go to winlarry.com right now to enter the giveaway. I'm going to be announcing the winners this month, January 20th, live on the Larry Elder Show on Epic TV. So be sure not to miss it. Again, that's winlarry.com. Got that? And of course, thank you to everybody who signed up for the last giveaway. We really love engaging you guys, so please let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Now let's get today's show started, shall we? America just celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day. King, of course, is most remembered for his 1963 I Have a Dream speech.
With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghanies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring. And when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, "Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last."
Now, in 1966, King was interviewed on British television and expressed so much confidence that race relations were improving to the point where he suggested America could elect a black person president in 40 years, if not sooner.
Robert Kennedy, when he was Attorney General, said that he could imagine the possibility of a Negro president in the United States within perhaps 40 years. Do you think this is at all realistic?
Well, let me say first that I think it is necessary to make it clear that there are Negroes who are presently qualified to be president of the United States. There are many who are qualified in terms of integrity, in terms of vision, in terms of leadership ability. But we do know that there are certain problems and prejudices and mores in our society which make it difficult now. However, I am very optimistic about the future. Frankly, I have seen certain changes in the United States over the last 2 years that surprised me. I've seen levels of compliance with the Civil Rights Bill and changes that have been most surprising. So on the basis of this, I think we may be able to get a Negro president in less than 40 years. I would think that this could come in 25 years or less.
What's that? The great Eldersky has in his baby brown libertarian right hand a pair of MyPillow My Slippers? I do. Aren't these beautiful? Look at that. And they come in different colors. They come in different styles. So if for some reason you don't like this style, and I think it's pretty cool, you have options. By the way, there are over 100 products on their website, MyPillow.com, promo code ELDER. Check them out. You can also call the number on your screen and order a MyPillow. Is that redundant? I think so. This is what started it all with MyPillow, this extremely comfortable pillow to sleep on. It also comes in different sizes. Again, call the number on your screen or go to MyPillow.com and be sure to use promo code ELDER. And this is a 6-pack, including the MyPillow My Towels. This is some of the most absorbent towels you've ever seen. Mike Lindell scoured around the country and he found out that the towels they sell here in America, they may look good, they may feel good, but they don't do the job. They don't absorb water. These do. Again, they come in different colors and in different styles. By the way, this MyPillow Giza Dream bed sheet comes in white. Why is mine in white? Well, because I'm the black face of white supremacy. What other color would I get? And I don't think they sell them in black. So these come in different sizes and in different colors, and it uses Giza Dream cotton. Giza is in Egypt, not an area of Egypt. It is in Egypt, not near Egypt, not close to Egypt, not above Egypt, not underneath Egypt. It is in Egypt. I've been informed. So call the number on your screen or go to MyPillow.com, promo code ELDER. Don't forget, over 100 MyPillow products. Don't forget, promo code ELDER, and almost right on cue.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next First Lady of the United States of America.
Note, King didn't say in 40 years there could be a black CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and there have been several. He didn't say in 40 years there'd be black senators and governors, and there have been. He didn't say there would be black billionaires, and there are. He didn't say there would be black football coaches of some of the most important college football programs, and it's happened. King said president, meaning once that happens, we can now say America is a country where, to the fullest extent humanly possible, one can realize his or her God-given potential. But in my opinion, Obama, the very embodiment of black success, made race relations worse. From the Cambridge police acted stupidly.
That the Cambridge police acted stupidly.
To racism is in America's DNA.
The legacy of slavery, Jim Crow, discrimination in almost every institution of our lives, that casts a long shadow, and that's still part of our DNA. That's passed on. We're not cured of it. Racism. We are not cured of.
Clearly. Two, if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
To embracing Al Sharpton, to invoking the Ferguson lie.
I know the world also took notice of the small American city of Ferguson, Missouri, where a young man was killed and a community was divided. So yes, we have our own racial and ethnic tensions. And like every country, we continually wrestle with how to reconcile the vast changes wrought by globalization and greater diversity with the traditions that we hold dear.
To endorsing Black Lives Matter and pushing the lie that America remains systemically racist. You know, when Obama entered the presidency, both blacks and whites thought race relations would improve. When he left office, both blacks and whites thought they got worse. And recently in Los Angeles, a man named Keenan Anderson, who was black, resisted arrest and was tased several times. He later died of cardiac arrest at a hospital. He's also a cousin of Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors.
Driver? Get off to the side here. Get on the street. Hey, stop right there. Get up against the wall.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Get up against the wall.
Please, sir, I didn't mean to.
Get up against the wall. Get up against the wall real quick.
Please.
Okay,
Please,
hold on
God.
a second.
Please,
Hold on
sir,
a
I didn't
second.
mean to, sir, please.
Hold on,
Please.
okay?
I'm sorry.
Mary 156, show me Code 6 on a TC not involved.
Please.
We're going to be Venice, west of Lincoln.
Oh, my God.
Possible DUI driver. I get additional units, please.
The car.
Okay, what happened?
I lost my key.
You lost your key?
Yes. I came and I had somebody fix my car for me, sir. Please, don't, please,
Okay,
sir.
do me a favor, sit in
please.
Hey,
Sir, please.
sit down on your butt and sit with your legs crossed. Sit with your legs crossed. Sit with your legs crossed.
They're going to try to kill me, please.
Who's trying to kill you?
I had a stunt today.
What?
I had a stunt today, sir.
You
I
had
need to.
you had what?
A stunt. Like, no, that's a car.
Okay, what car were you driving?
BMW. Please.
Stay down for me. Hey,
Please.
hey, stay
Please.
here. Stay here.
Sir, I need
Stay
some water.
here.
Can you get some water? Please.
Stay here. I'll get you some water here in a second, okay?
Please.
Just have a seat up against the wall there,
Yes, sir.
okay? Have a seat against the wall.
Sir,
Have a seat against the wall here.
Everybody got to see me, sir.
Have a seat
I don't want
against
to
the
be in the
wall
black.
over here.
I want people to see me.
Sure. Okay, you can sit
Please,
right there then. If you want to be seen,
I don't
sit
wanna
right there.
No, I don't want to sit right there.
Sit right there if you want to have somebody see you.
Please.
Okay?
Please.
Just sit down for me a second here, okay?
Please, look, sir.
Sit down for me. Sit down.
You're putting a thing on me.
Sit down.
Making
I'm
me
not
hot.
putting anything. Come here.
Please.
Sit down over here.
Please.
I don't want you in the road.
Please.
Come here. I don't want you in the road. Come here.
Please.
Come here.
Please.
Come here.
Please. Please.
Come here.
Over on your stomach! Get over on your stomach! Hold on!
Get down. Get down.
Please, sir, please don't do this! Please don't do this, sir! Please! Help me, please! You know what? Help me, please! No, please help me! Help me, please! Please, please! Please! Turn around. Please! 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 Keenan, relax! Keenan, relax! Watch out, watch out, watch out. Help! Help! They're trying to kill me!
Hey, stop! I'm gonna tase you. Stop! I'm gonna tase you.
Relo's trying to kill me! I have stuff on YouTube!
Stop it! I'm gonna tase you.
Yes, sir!
Stop it! I'm gonna tase you.
Hey, please help me! Help! Help!
Stop it! I'm gonna tase you. Stop it! I'm gonna tase you. I'm gonna tase you. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Turn over. Turn over. I'm gonna tase you. Turn over. I'm gonna tase you. Turn over. I'm gonna tase you.
Yes!
Watch your elbow, partner.
They're trying to join for me. They're trying to join
Stop
for
it.
me.
Stop it or I'm gonna tase you. Okay, stop it or I'm gonna tase you. Stop it or I'm gonna tase you. Stop resisting.
Please stop. Please! Please!
I'm gonna tase him. I'm gonna tase him.
They're trying to kill me! They're trying to kill me! Reload!
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yes, sir.
Don't resist.
No.
Hey, stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Okay.
Stop it.
Help!
Stop
Help,
it.
please! Help!
Do not
I'm not
move.
resisting. I'm not resisting.
Do not move.
Okay.
If not, I'm gonna tase you again.
Okay.
I got one.
Okay. Help me. Okay.
Here, hold on. Stop it. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
About this matter, NPR wrote, according to the accompanying police statement, an LAPD officer whose name has not been released first encountered Johnson at 3:38 p.m. Pacific Time on January 3 when Anderson flagged him down for help with a traffic collision. The other officer found Anderson running in the middle of the street and exhibiting erratic behavior. Others involved in the collision said Anderson had caused it. LAPD Chief Michael Moore said during a news conference Wednesday. Moore also said that Anderson had committed a felony hit and run and that another person involved in the collision said Anderson tried to steal a vehicle, end of quote. Again, that was NPR. Some use of force experts say he posed no threat and the use of taser was excessive. This, of course, is under investigation. But I've got a couple of observations. Observation number one, all the man had to do was comply. And number two, there is zero evidence that whatever happened to him, however you feel about it, was because of his race. Yet the media promptly pointed out that he was black, implying somehow he would have been treated differently had he been some other color. Notice that at least one of the officers involved was black. Does that matter? Now, I watched on the Los Angeles Times channel an interview by an anchor host named Alex Cohen. She interviewed California Assemblyman Isaac Bryan. Bryan, among other things, talked about what MLK meant to him, homelessness, the plight of Black America, and he implied the police mistreated Keenan Anderson due to his race. Now, Cohen interviewed me when I ran for governor of California and interviewed me after the race. So I have her contact information. And immediately after her interview with the Assemblyman, I wrote her, quote, saw your interview with Assemblyman Bryan. Not one word about personal responsibility, not one word about fatherlessness in the Black community, which is by far the number one issue. Not one word about school choice. We spend more money on health care, welfare, education, and homelessness than ever before. It's not the money. It's culture and behavior. Did you ask him, I wrote, why California is just 6.5% Black, yet Blacks are 40% of the homeless? Did you ask him why 25% of young Black men in urban settings have criminal records? Did you ask him why young Black men are almost 10 times more likely to be murdered than a young white man, and that the murdered young Black man is almost always killed by another young Black man? Did you ask him why Keenan Anderson did not comply, and that he would still be alive had he done so? Did you point out that at least one of the officers involved in trying to subdue this man was Black? You know, the LAPD reflects the diversity of Los Angeles, with the same percentage of cops who are white, Hispanic, Black, and Asian officers as is the population of the city. Yet the implication in your interview is that the LAPD is systemically racist. Now, the formula for escaping poverty comes down to this: finish high school. Don't have a child before you're 20. Get married before you have a child. Get a job and keep that job until you get another one, and avoid the criminal justice system. Do this and you will not be poor. Did you ask the Assemblyman why so many Black people are not following that formula? Too bad, I wrote, you didn't ask me to come on and talk about MLK Day and whether his dream has been realized. You're all about diversity and inclusion. How about a little diversity when it comes to opinion? She responded, quote, hi, Larry. Though I'm the host, I don't make the guest choices. That falls to our EP, executive producer. I've actually suggested having you on quite a bit, but those decisions are above my pay grade. Hope you and yours are well, end of quote. So I responded, quote, okay, but you certainly have control over the questions you ask and whether you push back on your guests, Blacks or victims of racism narrative, that you accept it without challenge. Even Tupac Shakur said, I know for a fact that had I had a father, I would have been more confident, I would have been more disciplined.
I know for a fact that had I had a father, had I had someone, and I hate saying this because white people love hearing Black people talk about this, but had I had a father, had I had some of these opportunities, I'd have been able to help my mother more. She wouldn't have went the road she went. I could have been a better son. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't have went that road. It was the absence of my father, You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with him being daddy not being there. My mother's dealing with him being my man not being there. You know, so many problems in our community that affect everything.
In 1997, Time magazine and CNN surveyed black teenagers and white teenagers. Far more black teenagers than white teenagers agreed with the following proposition: failure to take advantage of available opportunities is a bigger problem than racism, end of quote. And regarding the death of Keenan Anderson, I wrote, it's hard to understand why you didn't ask the assemblyman, would this whole thing have turned out differently had Keenan Anderson simply complied? By the way, the police kill more unarmed whites every year than unarmed blacks. Why did you let your guest get away with implying that whatever happened to Anderson had to do with Anderson's race? At least one of the cops involved is black. Even in the case of George Floyd, I said, the lead prosecutor, who was black, never argued that Derek Chauvin was motivated by George Floyd's race. Indeed, in the prosecutor's opening statement, he said the police in general were not on trial. The Minneapolis police in general is not on trial, but that this individual was on trial.
But one of those things that this case is not about all police or all policing. You will learn from Chief Arredondo when he comes that police officers have difficult jobs. They have to make split-second decisions. They sometimes have to make split-second life and death decisions. In this trial, you're going to meet any number of the men and women from the Minneapolis Police Department who do a fantastic job. They're committed, take very seriously preserving the sanctity of life. I mentioned already Commander Katie Blackwell, Sergeant Kerry Yang, Officer Nicole McKenzie, to name a few. This case is about Mr. Derek Chauvin and not about any of those men and women, and it's not about all policing at all.
And Derek Chauvin was never charged with a hate crime. So however you feel about Chauvin's behavior, there is zero evidence he was motivated by George Floyd's race. There are several studies, including one done by a black Harvard economist, that show the police are more reluctant, more hesitant to pull the trigger on a black suspect than a white suspect. End of quote. That's what I wrote to her. As of right now, she has not responded to my response. If that changes, I'll let you know. And that's the Elder Statement. I'm Larry Elder. This has been the Larry Elder Show for Epoch Times. And remember, we've got a country to save. See you next time.